Hi guys!
Hi!
Welcome back to our channel.
Yay!
Yeah, this week, we are going to talk about
Etiquette.
yes.
Disney park etiquette.
It's very controversial.
It is. Yes. But it's mainly just for the general consensus rule.
Yes, yeah. And you guys may agree or disagree with what we're saying.
Which is so cool.
Yeah. And we'll kind of be talking a little bit about pet peeves. So let us know your biggest Disney pet peeve down in the comments.
Yep. Or if you found our channel and I haven't been to Disney, your favorite theme park pet peeve.
Yes. Yeah. I was like, where are you going with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the off chance.
You know. Let's get started.
Oh, awkward. Okay, try it again.
So the first one that you want, is there one you want to talk about first?
Okay, so this is one that most people have dealt with at Disney or other theme parks, probably at least once in their life. Line cutting.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, you don't need to cut the line.
We don't need anarchy.
No. You can, it'll get you, well, it won't get you too much benefit and
And can actually get you in trouble with the park.
So, like, don't risk it. Just kind of bond with the people around you. Make friends. Talk. Let the time just fly by.
Yes, I was gonna say, Disney has made their queues very interactive.
Yes, they have.
To make the lines a lot better. I know that it's not fun to wait in them, but with fast passes and things, you can usually try and balance it out. There are the interactive queues, like I mentioned, and they now have the Disney Play app.
Yeah.
So that you can play in line. So that'll keep you a little bit more occupied as well. But really it just comes down to being respectful to others. Your time and their time, they have the same value. These people are waiting as well. Nobody likes waiting, but
And like,
it is what it is.
it's okay. We understand, like, there's certain circumstances that may, I don't know, you may have done it before. Maybe you're like, oh, well, we have a fast pass, but the line we thought was short, so we're just gonna cut over to the fast pass line and go, because we already have a fast pass.
Yeah.
I have been guilty of that.
Oh.
Yeah.
But you had a fast pass?
Yeah, we had a fast pass, because we were gonna go in this, the standby line. And then the line was super long, and so we're like, no. So we just hopped over and hit the fast pass and went with that.
Because you had a fast pass. That's
But we had our fast
special
pass.
circumstance.
Which is, yeah,
Yeah.
special circumstances. Alright, the second piece of etiquette we want to talk about
Is screens. So, so one of the worst things that you can experience is being on a ride like Pirates of the Caribbean or Haunted Mansion.
all those dark rides.
Yeah, or even at the fireworks. And somebody whips out either a bright phone screen or a giant iPad. That is still happening. And nobody else on the ride can see anything except their giant glowing screen. Or even your little cell phone screen in a dark place.
Doesn't matter if you turn the light down, there is still enough light so you can see it, so everyone else can also see it.
Yes. And I mean, I get if you're like taking pictures and things, I get that. But you have to be courteous to others. Don't cut off their views. Don't hold your bright screen up.
Like, we've done that where we've, like, you hold it kind of close to your body, especially in Haunted Mansion or, like, Ariel. They kind of have a little curved, like,
Oh yeah, they do have the curved
rides.
spots. Yeah.
So, if you kind of just keep it with yourself, like, that's totally fine. I understand. We love taking pictures on rides.
Yeah.
But
be aware of everybody around you.
yeah.
And with that being said, along with no screens, no flash photography. When they tell you don't use flash, don't use flash. You're gonna ruin the experience for everybody and your pictures are not gonna come out that much better.
No, they're gonna look weird. It's gonna look, there's awkward shadows everywhere. My reveal is like mechanics that you're not supposed to be able to see, and it's just not as fun.
It's just not worth ruining the ride for everybody. I always think about, like, especially with Disney World, where some people, that's their once-in-a-lifetime trip.
Yes.
Can you imagine being on your once-in-a-lifetime trip and
somebody
somebody ruins a ride, or you can't even see the fireworks because somebody's flash is blinding you, or, which you shouldn't flash fireworks anyways.
No.
But
yeah. And with the fireworks, we understand you want to get your fireworks because it's super magical at Disney. It's not just the fireworks, you have the music and the projection displays, and that's great. But you and 500 other people.
way more than that.
It's way more than 500. I was going to say 5,000. I'm like, I don't know, is that a stretch?
No.
But you and everyone else who's holding it up here.
Holding your phones.
Yeah, holding your phone, your camera, and everything else. People try and take pictures from like back further on Main Street, and all you see is just littered cell phone screens.
Mm-hmm.
So, just try and be courteous.
Yeah.
You don't need to record the whole thing. Just kind of maybe get a video or two, and then just.
And if you are concerned about recording the whole thing, because hey, I want to watch this again, there are some super high quality videos of these shows on YouTube. So, I mean, I get if you want to use it for like your own channel or something, but if you're not planning on using it for anything, you may as well just enjoy the moment and then watch them on YouTube, because you can still watch them.
That's something that Disney has started really doing. They're doing a lot of things to capture ride moments and everything for you.
So that you don't have to.
You don't have to.
All right, so tip number 3.
This one has kind of already been stamped out a little bit by Disney, but selfie sticks.
Oh, yeah.
So there's lots of different ways you can go around a selfie stick. Like obviously you can't bring an actual one in.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to be able to get those perfect angles, or maybe like just a shot where you're not holding it still, there's things like the GoPro. The GoPro wrist strap.
You can get a wrist mount. You can actually bring in little tripods as like a stick.
And those actually are pretty nice because they're not big and bulky, and you might not be able to get that angle, but you don't necessarily need it.
That's true. Yeah.
Any distance that you can get without getting your hand in it is fine.
Also, I just want to throw it out there. If you ask somebody to take your picture, odds are they will be happy to. And, you know, it's always nice to return the favor and, you know, take theirs. And
people are more than happy to.
Oh, yeah. So that way you don't have to miss out on those moments. But it's just a little bit safer. The reason they banned selfie sticks is because people were stopping in walkways, they were hitting other people. It's not safe on rides.
Ride velocities, you can't control. It's such a flimsy little stick, you can't control that. So, it's the same equivalent of a hat on a ride. The hats just fly off.
That's
so will
true.
your selfie stick in your phone. So, but that's just a quick little, I guess, more of like a side note.
Caveat.
Yeah. Right. Etiquette tip number 4.
Okay, so our etiquette tip number 4 is be courteous with parades. Or shows. I mean, it applies to all the shows pretty much, fireworks but be courteous and be aware of people around you.
Yeah.
So, a lot of people stake out spots for the parades early, which is totally fine.
Yeah,
that's if that is your priority, totally get it. But the issues come when people start cutting into those spots or weaving their way through the crowds and not realizing like, hey, I'm leaning in front of your kid so your kid can't see. You know what I mean? Like you just be aware of others when you're trying to watch things. One of the things, it's my pet peeve, but I know it's really controversial and I know that a lot of people do it, and I'm not getting mad at you if you do. For me personally, it's just frustrating because I'm short. And so, but one of my pet peeves is when people put kids, especially older kids, on their shoulders, because it basically blocks so much behind you that like, yes, your kid's getting a great view, but like it's coming at a cost of
everyone else
around you. So, I mean, and I get that there are some situations and like young kids, like that's not even a big deal. But just if you are going to do something like that, just be aware of where you're standing, who's behind you. Yeah.
And there are other options. A lot of times there are fast passes for specific spots for parades.
Oh yeah.
If that is a priority and you don't want to have to stake out a spot and worry about other people, like that is totally an option.
Or there's even fast pass or dessert packages or dining things that you can do to help you get those great viewing spots.
And a lot of the parades, they are very tall. So if you're behind a lot of people and you want to put people on your shoulders, a lot of times you can just lift them up to your eye level and they can see pretty much everything.
Also, be aware that there are some safety things that go into that. Ryan and I were watching World of Color at Disneyland, and we stood behind a trash can because that's just a pro tip: stand behind a trash can. Nobody can stand in front of you. And the man in front of us put his daughter on top of the trash can, and we got frustrated because we were like, "That's not fair," you know. But also, a Disney employee came over and was like, "This isn't safe. We cannot have her standing on here." So, I mean, don't risk your kid for a good view. Yep. Okay, tip number 5.
Etiquette tip number 5.
Yeah.
5. So this is one of my pet peeves. Is when you're on a ride, you don't need to talk very loudly. I mean, like, I get roller coasters, you want to like scream and be like, yeah, this is so much fun, which that's totally fine. But like, I was riding It's a Small World, and that was like one of the only times I was gonna ride it because it's not the most exciting ride of all time. But I still like it. So we were on it, and there were these 2 girls behind us, and they were just chatting very loudly and being like, this ride's so creepy, and kind of mocking all the lyrics, which kind of can put a damper on other people's
a huge damper on your experience.
Rides. Yeah. So like, if you have a boat, it's just you and all your friends, and you guys want to do that, that's fine. Just keep it down for the other boats, but you're welcome to do that with each other. But try not to do that when there's other people around, which also can be controversial, because if you want to share your thoughts with other people, like, you can.
I think talking isn't quite as controversial. For me, it's singing or quoting the rides. That a lot of people will do it very loudly.
Yes.
And kind of interrupt the experience of other people. I know for a lot of people, we were kind of looking at doing this video, a lot of people mentioned that the Haunted Mansion, the ghost host, when you're in that first room, a lot of people will quote it really loudly.
Yeah.
And then I've seen a lot of videos of people on the Frozen ride just like letting it go. And it's like kind of intense. And I'm not discouraging you guys from singing along and having a good time, but just
keep it in your own, just
be aware of your volume. Yeah, really, it's just.
But yeah, I totally forgot about the Haunted Mansion one.
Yeah.
While you're waiting, there's this part of the audio where you can hear a scream, and one of my biggest pet peeves is when people can't get things on time, and that's just my own OCD. But I know when the scream's coming, and the second the lights go off, everyone starts screaming like bloody murder, and I'm like, no, it's not here yet.
Not here. Yeah.
Plus, it can scare kids because you are in a very confined space. So also be courteous of like how loud you are with kids. I mean, like I get kids also want to sing loud, and that's maybe a little bit different because that's a child, and they don't have all those certain standards for them.
Well, they just want to have a good time. And I get that we want to have a good time too as an adult, but like
we also have different volume levels in a child.
Yeah, and so really talking really loud, maybe
quite a little bit.
Bring it down a little bit. Or I mean, really, if you're going on a ride that you aren't that interested in, why are you going on the ride?
I mean, yeah.
Controversial.
That's fair, yeah. but yeah. Etiquette tip number 7.
Are we on 6? 7? Oh no. Okay. Etiquette tip number 7 with a big question mark. Okay, you're up.
Okay. Trash. So something that's different in Disney parks versus other amusement theme parks is the number of trash cans they have. They have experimented with this and studied it, and when Walt originally was at the parks, he hated how people would just dump trash. And so he would watch people and watch how many steps they'd go before they just let their trash go without putting it in an actual trash can. So Disney has trash cans like every 30 feet or something like that.
No, it was like every 10 steps.
It could be,
I don't know. But there's a lot of trash cans.
There's a lot of trash cans.
And recycling.
Yes, there is. But something I've found is people still don't necessarily always use trash, especially at parades or shows like Fantasmic. Like you'll just look through the stands as you're trying to leave and there's just stuff everywhere.
It's like a movie theater at the end where people leave stuff.
Yeah. And like I get that there's people who like their job is solely to clean up, their custodial, but that job may not always be the most fun thing ever.
Also, just be responsible for yourself.
Yeah. So
yeah,
that's just another.
that's a good one.
Yeah.
I have one that is a caveat to an earlier one.
Okay.
Along with obviously having kids or things blocking your view. If you are wearing mini ears, be aware of people behind you as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because last time we went to Disney World, I sat behind a woman at Fantasmic, and again, I'm short, and so like her mini ears cut out, like they obstructed part of my view, even though it's stadium seating. Her ears, add additional height, which are still fun, and I totally understand that, but just maybe be aware.
Yeah. This is etiquette tip number 8. Is that what we're on now?
Yes.
Okay.
Hopefully. We'll put a star at the bottom if it's not.
Yeah. So this is about strollers. And Disney has recently updated their stroller policy where your stroller has to fit in within
a certain size.
Yeah, they have like a
they
have a big painted rectangle where your stroller has to fit within.
And so you can actually check yours. Or you can check online. They do have those dimensions available.
Yes, they do. So my little etiquette tip is kind of goes along with being courteous and kind of keeping an eye on your surroundings. When you're walking, just like from park to park, or not park, from land to land, because
I don't know where you're going.
Sorry, like land to land, like Fantasyland over somewhere else. The area is big and there's people from all over, so like there's not just like everyone stays on the right side going this way, like that's not a thing.
Well, you also have to remember, you have people, so the way that people walk, this is like a side. People walk the way that you drive, kind of, so like in the US you go on the right side.
Yes.
Of whichever direction, but then you have people from like other countries that go the other way, and so it's a little
chaotic.
Continue.
But with etiquette, just kind of remember how big your stroller is and kind of where it is. I know not a lot of people will move out of your way, especially because I'm a very introverted, kind of shy person, so I will like look down and not avoid like everyone, and they just kind of, I'll get bumped on the shoulder while I'm like, don't hit me. But keep an eye on your stroller if you can. Maybe try and not to like bump into people or get in people's way or run over their people's feet or something. Because that is something that has happened. It's not always. But
on the side of that, yes,
there's
strollers, please watch where you're going. It's easy to catch people's feet and not mean to.
Yes.
I mean, I guess other people are more experienced with strollers, but
yeah.
I just feel like sometimes you have some blind spots.
Yes.
But anyways, so then on the other side, if you are walking near a stroller, be aware that they are moving and they are not like, it's not just a person that you can like, here, let me scoot past you. It's like
you have
structure.
To move it.
Yeah. And so don't jump in front of people. Don't, your feet are going to get run over if you're going to try and jump in front of a stroller. And that's going to be your own fault at that point. But
the same goes for people who are in wheelchairs or motorized scooters. Because that's a lot of people I've found, they'll just kind of like walk in front. They're like, oh, that scooter stopped.
Well, they're slow. Really I need to get around. Yeah.
They're trying to go, but they're being courteous and they're trying not to run over everyone's heels. So
just
when you're walking, just kind of everyone be aware of where you are, who's around you, and just kind of be kind.
Yeah. Oh yeah, be kind. I mean, really, how much time are you gonna save by cutting off a person with this? Well, actually, if somebody stopped in the middle of the street, that might save you some time. But generally speaking, if you cut somebody off, how much time is it really gonna save you? Yeah. Especially when you're all at Disney anyway. Yep. Or like during opening rope drop when they
you're
like,
not
stop you.
Save any time.
You're not saving any time. So unless you're at the front and you're running, but they don't like you to run, so you shouldn't do that anyways.
No, that is against the rules. Should not do that. Despite all the 80s commercials where you see the kids going like, yes!
Or, I mean, in the
Sing-along.
sing-alongs they
Sing-along.
do. Anyways.
Disneyland sing-along songs.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, so just be aware.
is that it?
I think so.
So I think that's probably all of our etiquette tips.
For today,
If you think of any more you want us to talk about more, leave them in the comments.
we'd love to share. And again, let us know in the comments what you guys would add or things that you liked.
Yeah. Your pet peeves, obviously.
Yes.
But yeah, the overall message is kind of just be kind and courteous.
Yes.
We're all humans. We all want to have a good time at Disney.
Oh, for sure. Everybody's there to make these memories, and just kindness goes a long way. All right. Well, thank you for watching.
Make sure to subscribe.
And ring the bell. And we'll see you next week. Bye. It's like a really nice background. You did a great job.
Okay.
Okay.
Mode. Put a caption. Morgan can't count.
Sorry.